Hi everyone. On this Saturday evening I decided to record another video. Not because I like to put my face everywhere each time. That one sometimes too, just like anybody. But no, there is a bigger reason for that. I keep seeing videos, multiple videos. There are different faces, different talking heads talking about their connection to the Acturians race. I don't even know where they're from Acturi. They also talk to Martians, they talk to people from Venus. There are some people on Instagram, I know one lady, she talks like this, like, okay, so she's sending like blessing codes and money codes, and there is like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I'm sorry guys, but like, with all my respect to all the woo-woo thing, and you know, like, I practice ancestry witchcraft, meaning I just work with, it sounds like woo, but I basically practice with with elements of fire, air, ether, water, wind, what else, air, yeah. Anyway, all that is basic, we all do that. If you cooking your soup, you basically working with elements of fire or heat, or electricity. It's in a way of fire, right? You also work and make intention with elements of water, because you probably add water into your soup or whatever you're boiling. And you're working with the element of earth, because the veggies, most of the veggies, especially root vegetables, they are part of earth, they're earthing. So I don't know how come from the Acturians I got into the veggies, but I'm just like trying to give you a association, right? For better understanding. So basically, more and more I see videos of people saying, oh, you know, we feel so bad, is because we transitioning into the fifth dimension. Are you ready for the fifth dimension? I'm not sure if I am, because like I'm such a sinful person. Oh my god, such a sinful person. Not in joking, like I curse people on the drive on the highway, because some people, they're not supposed to be on the highway because they drive like idiots. I curse people when they do something. Some of the people trying to contact me for my work, for some spiritual stuff, they're also not supposed to contact me, because it's the way they talk. They're lacking simple basic respect and knowledge of how to communicate with people, so etc, etc. Anyway, ready or not, here I come. Again, I'm not trying to slay the people who connecting and contacting to Acturians and Martians and people from Venus and people from Milky Way. Just looking at two squirrels running. I see squirrels, by the way. I can possibly, if I want to, I can communicate to them. Yeah, and even use my power of my mind to even call them to come to me, unless they're really busy chasing each other or they're in their spring heat, right? How we do that? We do that with animals, we do it with each other. The power of mind is so overblowing. It's we do it every day. When you're on the highway, for example, and driving or whatever, on Autobahn in Germany they say, or the fast-paced road or any road, as a driver you learn to use your abilities, such as you can predict what the driver in front of you might do. And most of the prediction, remember, based on our observation, on experience. Even a lot of psyche abilities, some scientists saying, forget about scientists, some research saying a lot of stuff that we observe and our experience of comprehending this world will dictate our different abilities, right? So back on the road, so if I watch the person driving in front of me, he is on my left, slightly in front of me, and he's slowly going to the yellow to the yellow lane, and white lane on the highway, and I know most likely he's probably gonna go right in front of me without giving a signal. Now, is that a prediction or it's basic experience? Well, both, because I guess not every driver does that. I drove with a couple of people like, how do you know that this guy is gonna change? I'm like, well, just by watching their way of driving, or like somebody by the body language, even if you don't know the person, but the person crossed his arms in front of his chest, that means the person doesn't want to tell you something, or doesn't want to open to you, or doesn't feel comfortable to be open to you. So there's a lot of things. There's a combination of body language, psychology. If you live with somebody, you can actually sometimes even predict what they're gonna say, is because you experience based on, that person, right? Versus sometimes you can predict unpredictable. You can predict, for example, that you think about somebody and they're calling you. How does it work? Well, simple, because we live in this quantum generated matrix where every single part connected to every single part. And as you know, they're called Akashic records. It's also a record of every living being ever been living on this world. Some people say it's about future. My knowledge doesn't say so. Again, like, we all have different opinions, right? I find it's information of every single living being, would it be an insect, an animal, a human, because remember, we are not the on top of the food chain. If you run naked in the woods or in the savannah or in a whatever, you'll be eaten just like any other mammals, well, right? So a lot of people think about themselves high, that a lot of stuff out there, it's all about humans. It's not all about humans, it's all about everyone. Moving on, so all these people who predicting, they like, oh my god, you know why you have a headache is because the Mercury and the Neptune and the Plato is in this position, and you have this invisible sun that right now is moving towards whatever, and it gives us all headache, and everybody's like, yeah, exactly, you're so right, how did you know that? And it's like, seriously? But so number one, look at the sky. We get those airplanes, just like you probably heard in the recent news that in the Saudi Arabia, which is the Emirates, part of Saudi Arabian peninsula, they got flood and rain, and it's never been like that. It's because they're using certain chemicals to sprinkle the clouds to produce more water, right? Because they need water for planting, for whatever. And so I would say most of it is human. It's a human touch. Also, a lot of earthquakes is because we, excuse my language, F up this planet, and this planet is a living, breathing organism. And even sometime I think, how in the spring and fall back home, we before you go to school, or before you finish the school, they check you for parasites, especially kids in school, right? In the junior school, middle school. And so to get rid of those parasites, you have to eat certain sometimes chemicals, sometimes drink certain leaves. Back home we use both, some like bush medicine with a little bit of anti-parasitic medicine. And so those parasites are dying inside you, and then sometimes you go to the washroom and they're like right there, like, curse you. So sometimes I think we the same parasites on some bigger organism. You don't know that, right? We have no much knowledge of knowing that. It's just like when you're walking on the ground, just like I do right now in a park, and I probably while I'm walking, I probably killed like dozens or hundreds of different insects, of different little bugs, organisms, whatever. I mindfully, like all days walk, and not to, I will not purposely will step on a beetle or on a bee or on a, like anything, right, or on a worm or on a snail. But those invisible ones, you don't know how many. So I'm thinking we are the same on the planet Earth. You know, the more we basically, excuse my language, shitting on this planet, the more we're gonna get a flashback, which makes sense. It's also a chain of karma. The more good you do, the more good you get. The more bad you do, the triple bad you get. So whether those are the planets are affecting us, which is they do, yeah, but like not that much. So again, go back to beginning of my story today. As much as I do believe in metaphysical and in the quantum and in the power of different incantations, candles, etc., a lot of things, people being so trapped in that mind game where talking heads talking about that, like I'll give you an example. Now I'm gonna connect to the Acturians. Wait a second, let me connect. And you know what was that? That was bullshit. But I can mimic many languages. Recently, me and my friend, we got together. She was I honestly, this video, some people might unsubscribe from me, but this is like she showed me the lady on Instagram, and this lady was literally, she was like, it's a blessing code for your money, bless you. And hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and I'm sitting here on this channel talking about herbs, talking about minerals, talking about all what you see here. You don't need to talk about Acturians. Like, think about, like, fix your own fix your own rear end first before you talk about Acturians, right? Clean the mess around your house and in your neighborhood before you connect to the Martians. You know what I mean? Treat your own body like it's supposed to be treated, like it's a temple, right? Again, some people not gonna like this topic, but stop eating corpse of animals, right? Because your body is not a graveyard, and they are not supposed to be in your mouth. Although some very opinionated men, they think the animals are made for us, and some people will talk about Bible. Oh, but in the Bible say, I don't care about the Bible. You sleep as your Bible and you eat your Bible, okay? Do whatever. But I'm not a Bible person, and Bible being translated, changed, they changed so many things, and that Bible, again, nobody knows how old is the Bible. Apparently it's not as old as they pushing us to believe, right? History is the story of a different man reading different manuscripts and giving their own overview, okay? So I'm kind of like, see, I'm like cooking a little soup here. But before we talk about how the Acturians or Martians affecting us, let's see and think and talk about how we affecting this planet, how we affecting by eating wrong our own body, how much pain we give to this nature by destroying this nature, by consuming plastic in the plastic bottles, by buying them mindlessly instead of buying the freaking filter and filter the water. Just watching somebody because I'm walking my bunny. I don't want any dogs here, so so by eating animals' corpse, think about that. Like again, not a lot of people want to hear about the veganism. I'm not pure vegan. I sometimes eat honey. I do. I would say if I would have my own, like, say, like, birds, or I would find, like, I don't know, should I say, like, an egg and I starve, yeah, I would probably eat an egg, but I would not eat an animal. I would not eat an animal. I would not gonna go and kill the animal if I starve. Like a lot of people say, what if you're starving? Well, how many people really, especially in the North American, European continent, are actually starving? How many? Not many, right? Unless there's some corporations or companies or whatever want you to starve. Well, then grow your own plants, okay? Even in the midst of winter, you can plant lots of stuff on your windowsill. I do some herbs, right? But anyway, before we go to all this fifth dimension, let's fix ourselves in this third dimension, in the way we treat each other, as a wild beasts, in a way we treat each other with such a hatred, right? In a way that we are producing so much pain all around. Even a lot of people like, no, I wouldn't kill the animal, but like I have to buy meat because I need meat, and it's like, but that's like a corpse of a dead animal. They're like, no, don't say that. Well, I'm just saying the truth, dude. Like, it's a corpse of an animal. Why don't you just go to the cemetery and get some corpse out from there? Huh? How you like that? Yeah, you don't like that, right? It's the differences in your perception. Like, you probably wouldn't eat your dog like they do in Asia, but then you eat the chicken. But then you have like a parrots in your house, or you have some other like beautiful birds food, your home decor, right? Or like I have bunnies. Some people have bunnies, but they still will go and they buy like a turkey or a chicken or whatever for their, I don't know, what's that, Thanksgiving, whatever, right? So I don't get it, right? So before we connect all those higher realms, let's fix this shit here, out here, on this planet. Let's fix ourselves. Before we see beyond and before we work on the third eye, let's open our these two eyes and stop being blind, right? Look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself how many good things you did today or yesterday, or what's good about your existence besides paying bills, paying mortgage, going to work, and do some probably not the life purpose. Yeah, probably not your soul calling, most likely, like probably 90% of the people here, including me, right? That's why I'm venting it here, because this is my life purpose. That's what I write now. I basically this is my passion, and I believe it's my life purpose to wake up the people. It's a wake-up call. Yeah. So for those who still talking to Acturians and do the hello to Acturians. I hope they're doing well. But no, seriously. So yeah, and as a green witch, I do take care of the place around. When I go to the park or woods or whatever, I always make sure if I have free hands and I have some little bag or whatever, I pick up people's garbage that they're tossing it in the park, and I don't understand why. Or those cigarette butts, enormous cigarette butts everywhere. I would honestly, like, I don't want to sound like a crazy evil witch bitch, but like I would shovel those cigarette butts in where the sun don't shine to those smokers. I do smoke sometimes, but I would never throw it on the ground. You know how many bugs and how many birds and how many other. The other day I saw a squirrel. It was running on the electrical pole, on that wooden pole, and I'm like, what is in the mouth of that squirrel? And it's a season for mating. It's a season for making nests for babies, right? That poor little squirrel had a little, that filter from the cigarette in his mouth, her mouth, and running up the pole. Can you imagine? They have nothing better to put in their nest than the cigarette butts. How bad it is, like how actually genuinely bad it is. And if you think like that, if you think about our planet, our home, because you're probably not gonna crap in your, well, some people do, but for most people, they don't crap where they live. They don't pollute their own beautiful houses or condos or apartments or etc. So why would you do when you go outside? Why would you become like human trash? Yeah. So again, say hi to Acturians, hi to Martians, hi to whatever. I'm here from a planet Earth, and it's a wake-up call for humans. Yeah, because what's gonna happen at the end of your life? You're gonna go somewhere. I'm gonna go too. We're all gonna go, and we will feel pretty shitty about our existence. We will feel pretty shitty about the life that went before us, and we did nothing good. Besides eating some pork chop that been slaughtered, bloody slaughtered at the slaughterhouse, or been buying some stuff, been watching Netflix non-stop, or been trying to communicate to Acturians, and that didn't change nothing in your life or in the life of this planet, or in the life of some, I don't know, of so many animals that become victims of our existence. Okay, so I think I'm done. I said a lot. It's all mixed up, but I'm just like, I'm channeling this, not from Acturians. I'm channeling this from our Gaia, from our mother Gaia, from this planet, because I'm part of it. You part of it, unless you're from Acturia or whatever. But just look around, look down your feet, think about why did you came here? Why did you come here for? Why did you come here? What was your life purpose? What's your soul purpose? Probably, yeah, have kids, yeah, build a house, sure, yeah, plant a tree. That's all basic. What else? This is all for you, for your own like ego. But what's here for the planet? What's here for to make this world a better place? All right. So now it's your time to think and contemplate, and I will continue my walk this evening. I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching till the end. Bye.